Hello and welcome to Norwal Farm. Michael Walsh here with Roger Norgal. In this video, we're making our hay crop, first one of the season. We're going to be mowing the hay and baling and wrapping it. And then also there's some updates on the goats and the lambs. This morning when I was out here, I noticed one of the lambs isn't feeling well. So we'll let you know what's going on with that. If you haven't, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. That helps our channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're advised of any new videos. And if you would, please share this video with a friend and leave us a comment. Thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm. We're getting ready to bale hay today, so headed to the farm, and this is the farmer that's going to be doing it for us. So I'm following him with the flashers on to alert traffic. The hay looks good today, drying nicely. We tested the moisture today and we're at 62.5%. So we were going to bale at 2 o'clock this afternoon, but actually we moved that up. We're going to bale it now because ideally you want the moisture between 55 and 65%. So that's going to be perfect for baleage. Just started baling. We're doing square bales. Our goal is to make them about 4 to 5 feet in size, easier for us to handle. Process of picking up the bales. We ended up with 47 bales. They're 4 feet long, and that size bale works well for us because that's about the amount that the sheep and the goats will eat in one day. And with baleage, you want to have them, eat it all in 24 hours. So, and it's much easier to handle with this little tractor. So, I think this will work out well. So tomorrow morning we're going to start wrapping and get it in under plastic so it can ferment. It takes a while for it to ferment, and it's not really completely done until about 8 weeks. And then after 8 weeks we will test it, send in some samples, and have it tested for nutritional value. So going to finish up here. It's about 6:30 right now, so probably got another half an hour or so picking up bales. Getting ready to start the bale wrapping. I've got a bale of dry hay here first. That'll serve as a plug. It has to be airtight, and then we'll put all the wet bales on, and then we'll finish up with another dry bale. Probably gonna have a roll of about 150 feet. Finished wrapping the hay. It's actually the next day, and as I alluded to earlier, this is a dry hay bale here, and it's wrapped, but anytime there's exposure to air on wet hay, it will mold, and then that can start to mold throughout the whole thing. So there's another dry bale on the other end of this. So you start with a dry bale, put your wet hay in with a dry bale, and then that keeps this airtight. And this will ferment. I don't feel the gas there now, but it does heat up, and in the process then it ferments and improves the digestibility of the fiber and things like that. So it actually becomes what they call haylage or silage. Grass hay silage is called haylage. So that's basically what this is, but they call it balayage because it's in a bale. So we're trying it this year and see how we get along with it. Lambs, when they're young, still need regular dry baled hay, and we'll probably end up buying some of that because balayage has a lot higher moisture, which the adults can handle that. They've got a larger stomach, and so they can eat enough that they get the nutrition they need, whereas a lamb has a very small stomach, so they need nutritionally dense food like dry hay and concentrates that very little moisture, so that every mouthful has more energy and protein in it than what the haylage would have. So you can't really feed, or you can feed this to young lambs, but they just don't do well. So we'll get some high quality dry hay for them. And the third cutting, we're going to go ahead and make balayage out of that as well. So we'll have 2 rows here. We'll put the next row down here, and that's close for us to feed it here, and then we'll keep a little bit of the dry hay up at the barn. So, but it went really well. First time I've ever done that, and I learned a lot. He said that the plastic overlaps by an inch each time it wraps, and the sheet is 30 inches wide. So basically there's 30 layers here of plastic, which is a good dense amount. You poke any holes in that anywhere along here, then that's a site where oxygen gets in and it can mold. So you definitely want to keep cats off of it. I don't let my dogs walk on it. Goats won't be near it because they will climb on that right away. And sometimes raccoons will get up there and poke holes. So have to be watchful of that. If you do find holes, you just take duct tape and seal it up. But with the guardian dogs here, the raccoons should pretty well stay away. So we'll see how this works, and really pleased with how the wrapper worked yesterday. Lambs are doing really well. The weather's moderated a bit. It's in the 70s and the humidity's down, so they're eating much better and slowly building up their grain, really eating the hay well. There's 2 lambs here, one over there with the blue on her head. She's got her hay in the manger right now. It's the one on the end, and then there's one right here, little blue on her head. Both of those have just got alopecia, this loss of hair or wool. You see that one backed out there. And the shoe in front of me is the other one. She was that way since she's a baby. I remember she had a difficult birth, and I had to, hand deliver her, and her eyelids kind of swelled at that time. Went back down, but all summer she's had that bare spot on her head. So I biopsied both of them yesterday, and we're sending it in. My concern is that it might be a genetic condition, but I don't think it's contagious because those are the only 2 that have done it, and it's not spreading. So we'll let you know in the results when we get those. Notice the stool this morning. Those are tapeworm segments in the stool. Tapeworm usually isn't a real problem in sheep. I know the Dorpers last year when we got them, they had tapeworm. They had been dewormed for it. Tapeworms are in the pasture. It's a mite that has it, and when they eat the mite, then they get tapeworms. So generally it doesn't cause health issues with them, but it's just something that I observed, and there again, that's why you check them close every day and pay attention to what you're seeing. And this little lamb here, this is the one we call Hopper. He was the bottle baby. Just noticed this morning he was laying down, didn't want to eat. Ears are kind of droopy. Not sure what's going on with it. Checked over this lamb, and if you look, see his eyelid. It's really pale. It's almost white. That's indicative of intestinal parasites, and they can hit him really quickly. So I gave him a dose of all 3 families of wormers, and if that's the case, he should turn around here pretty quick. I just noticed him today, so there's a good chance we caught it in time, and we'll see how he does. It's been about 4 hours since I dewormed him. He's not a lot pinker, but he is actually interested in eating, which he wasn't doing earlier today. So I think he just had a really bad case of barber pole worm. So this is encouraging. I just brought in some of this wilted hay from the field. He won't get a lot of that, but pretty good nutritional value for him. So it's encouraging to see him eating tonight. So this shows the importance of observing and then intervening right away, because he would have been dead by morning. One of our guardian dog puppies, Olive, and two of our goats are named Nikita and Ray, Billy Ray. He's not a Billy, but we're going to call him Billy Ray. They're going to their new home. So Jake Bowman, our general contractor for our house, got these guys, so they're going to their new home. So, hey, have a good life. We are leaving for a vacation for like 4 days, from Thursday through Sunday. So the sheep just came off this pasture here. We just put them over onto that one. It's the second day. And then the wetlands, it goes actually from down there in the trees all the way down to there. And we're going to open that up today because that would last them 3 days. That way it takes the pressure off the grazing paddocks. They've got more than enough grass. They can kind of pick and choose. It's not ideal, but that way they've got enough grazing till we get back. And our friends who watch the farm for us, they won't have to rotate pastures. So that should work pretty well. So I'm taking this fence up. I got to move it down to the wetlands. And then I'll move the dog feeder and mineral feeder up by the gate so they don't have to come all the way back here to check it. So that's our plan for today. Move the does and the ewes over into this last paddock. Grass is pretty tall here. Normally that would last them 3 or 4 days, but like I said, I left that gate open there, and then the far gate on down there is open. So they can also come up here too. So they've probably got, I'm going to say 5 acres, maybe 6. So this will last them while we're out of town until we get back. And they can range over a larger area so they won't crop it so close. So I think that'll work well. They look like they're very satisfied. The goats have found some browse down there. They're very happy. And the sheep have quite a selection of grass, so they're doing well too. So this should work out fine.